So I got a great question the other day. It goes like this. Hey, Antonio, I go to the Naval Academy where we have a uniform to wear every day, and I rarely have the opportunity or need to dress in formal civilian attire. That being said, we've got the opportunity as a senior to take a class, formal dress in the workplace. My question is it worth my money to go get a custom suit made, or should I go with an off-the-rack suit? Now, in my opinion, there are 7 things a guy should weigh when he's making a decision to go custom or off-the-rack. But before I give you my answer, I want to share with you the story of another Naval Academy grad. This guy, when he was a junior in high school, was actually 5'9". He grew to 6'6" his senior year of high school. And they actually had to give him a waiver to get into the Naval Academy because he was just above the max height. Something funny, though, happened in the Naval Academy. He grew even more to 7'1". That being said, this Naval Academy grad did not let that slow him down. He ended up getting drafted by the San Antonio Spurs, played with them for about 14 years, went to 10 All-Star games, won 2 championships. His name, David Robinson. So I bring up the story of the Admiral because it highlights the first reason in my mind why a man should consider custom suits, and that is fit. If you are a hard-to-fit guy, you're 6'9", 270 pounds. You know, it can be very difficult to find a suit off the rack. And this applies to any hard-to-fit individual. If you're 5'2", if you're 5'9", but 350 pounds, you want a suit that's going to work for you. Yes, it's not going to make you look slim, but you know what it is going to make you look? It's going to make you look good because the proportions are going to be spot on. And that's what you're going for with custom. You can actually get the width of the lapels. You can have that tailor, if he knows what he's doing, he'll adjust the length of the jacket, make it work right with those trousers. He can cut those trousers higher so you're using suspenders. If you're a smaller guy, he's going to make sure those lapels are slimmed up, that the pocket size is just right for your smaller frame. Now, the problem with a young guy, 18, 19, 20, getting a custom suit is that your body could still be growing. Seriously, that David Robinson example, that is not far-fetched. A lot of guys grow 1 to 2 inches, or in the next 4 to 5 years, they start to fill out. You gain 10 to 20 pounds around the midsection. So if you go with a custom suit that just fits you perfectly when you're 20 years old, when you're 24, it just may be too small, and that's what you don't want. Now, an off-the-rack suit that's been tailored to fit you can run into the same problems as a custom suit. If you get a little bit heavier, if you get a little bit taller, it may not fit you as well. But here's the thing. All things being equal, an off-the-rack suit in general is going to be less expensive. And that's the second point I want to talk about. How much money do you have to spend? In general, all things being equal, custom suits, and especially bespoke suits, are going to cost a lot more. The difference, bespoke, this is more the art, and these are going to be, everything is custom made on the suit to the wearer. Custom suits, a little bit different, basically made to measure, where they take pieces and they bring it together so they could be pre-made. Point being is, in general, that process is more expensive than finding a suit off the rack that fits you really well and then having it adjusted to fit. Now, right with cost, let's talk about all the other things that have to go with the suit. So I look at a suit as a chain. It doesn't stand on its own. It depends on the shoes. It depends on the shirt. Because if you spend a lot of money on a suit, but you go with cheap shoes, well, it's like a chain is as strong as its weakest link. So if you spend a lot of money on a custom suit and you don't spend much because you don't have much left on your shoes, all of a sudden it really breaks the outfit, brings it down. That's why I think that initially when you're starting off, if you're going to spend money on anything, I do think it's going to be the foundation of your footwear because you can build off of those really nice shoes. And you can find great shoes, $200, $300, $400 range. You can definitely get something Blake stitched or Goodyear welted. That being said, it's great if you can spend $200 to $300 on the shoes and then $300 to $400 on a suit, which, by the way, you can find amazing off-the-rack suits for that price point and even get them adjusted. That being said, you can find some custom suits in about that price range, but you're really going to want to make sure it's a place where you can go into the store. Otherwise, I do find that kind of going back and forth, you don't always get what you want. And let's not forget about your shirt, necktie. At the end of the day, you can easily spend $1,000 on the entire outfit. So you got to make sure you got that all put into your budget. So how to get the perfect combination? A great looking, great fitting suit at a low price. As Tai Lopez said, knowledge. Seriously, gents, watch my videos. I put out over 1,000 of these videos. Go check out Aaron Marino, Raphael Schneider. These guys know what they're talking about for the most part. And I mean, just find the guru that you connect with. Go read some books. Alan Flusser. Learn more about this stuff. And gosh, you could walk into a thrift store and find something great. Or you can go into any off-the-rack store and be able to quickly determine, okay, is this the right thing something for me? Is this a great deal? I always recommend going into the best menswear store in your area and looking at suits that you can afford. That way you can see what quality looks like. You can touch it with right between your fingers, and then when you see it on sale, you'll know what to pounce on. And let's not forget about time. If you need a suit today, off the rack is the way to go, because you can walk in, you can buy it, may not fit you perfectly, but you know what? My wife, actually, we did this at a wedding. She adjusted a suit that I rented and I got that day, and yes, I was forced to, and she's like, okay, I can get the sleeves shorter, I can bring it in. She did this in the van. She's amazing. On the way to the wedding, and we made it happen. So adjustments can happen really quick with an off the rack suit. That being said, you are limited to what you can do, but custom, it just takes time. And oftentimes it's made outside the United States. You see a lot of these places, actually, they have it made over in Asia. Maybe you're over in London, you have it being made there, but you can expect bespoke in London on Savile Row to take weeks, and you'll have multiple fittings. So if you want something fast, you've got to go off the rack. But if you've got a little bit more time and you want to get exactly what you want, that's when you go custom. And speaking of getting what you want, that is the true value of custom, because you want any color suit with any type of fabric, any type of pockets, any type of style, or if you saw something in a movie, you can go to a custom clothier and they can build it out. Now, gents, I know you've got an opinion, so I want to hear it down in the comments. What advice would you give this young man? Go custom or go off the rack for your first suit? Next up, let's talk about the style theory of value. This is a formula I put together where you look at the value of the clothing as the number of wears times the way it makes you feel divided by the cost. So if you go out there and buy a $500 suit and you wear it 500 times, the cost per wear, $1. And every time you wore that suit, felt like $1,000,000. You got it adjusted to fit you, versus a $200 suit. Yeah, it was less expensive, but you only wore it twice, because the 2 times you wore it, you had to, and you hated wearing it. You didn't feel good. It just felt like a box. This was just, but the cost per wear, $100. You see the difference? Even though you paid less for one, it ended up costing you a lot more because you never wanted to wear it and you just didn't get the value out of it. Now, unfortunately for this young man at the Naval Academy, he's not going to have many opportunities to wear this suit for the next 4 years. To get his commission, he will be in the Navy. Thank goodness he didn't go Army. Go Navy, beat Army. Point being is this guy's going to be on a boat. He's going to be on a submarine. He may be flying a jet. Whatever he's going to be doing, he's going to have a different uniform. When he turns 28, 20, maybe 30 years old, he may start wearing the suit more. But at that point, the suit's 4 to 6 years old and his body may have changed. And yeah, he may get 3 to 4 wears, but depending on how much he spends here, I'm thinking that really he wants to keep the cost low, but at the same time, he wants to try to get the best fitting, best looking suit he can. So in case you haven't figured it out, my advice to this young man is to buy off the rack. I think he's going to save money, he's going to save time, and he'll be able to get a great starter suit. That being said, if for some reason he's really tall, really short, he needs something that's going to fit, maybe he's got a very difficult body, in that case, consider custom, because it will get you exactly what you want. All right, so at this point, I got you excited about custom suits. Well, guys, go check out this video right here where I show you how to build a custom suit online. I'll walk you through all the details, how you can explore this as an option. Even if you're not considering a custom suit, you'll want to watch this video because it just shows you all the options, all the things that are possible with this particular type of build.